Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Black Flight from Historic Wings. Okay, so if you watched my last video, you knew I was taking vacation, so I'm back from vacation. Now I got to get myself reoriented again to the game. Couple things though that I want to make note of that Thomas was good enough to point out. One thing was, when you're returning, you still got to descend down to the altitude level, back down to under 1,000 feet. I didn't do that. I just flew here and then went, okay, we're home, we're down. If I do that, then I have to circle the airfield till I can get down all the way, every time having to roll for encounters. So you want to start dropping yourself as you're coming home, just to get yourself down where you can land when you get there. So just a little pointer. The other thing that I didn't do, I'm going to do it right now, because I go back and I was reading the rules, kind of brush up again, and I'm like reading, and it said in there that on the day when you're beginning the day, then you roll and you find out, hey, you got 3 patrols. You have a dawn patrol, and then you can pick the other 2 times. So I picked noon and afternoon patrols because I want to get there in case that rain shows up that's over here on the forecast. What I should have done was I should have rolled for all 3 of the patrols locations that I'm going to. So I'm going to do that and make note of them. So this next one, this is a D6. We use the white die. This next one is for the noon patrol, and it is number 1. And number 1 is the Cambrai Trench to Oxford Circus, 2 flights each direction. So that's good. It's short. So let's see. Here's the Cambrai Trench, and we're looking for Oxford Circus. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So it's clear down here at the bottom. So this is a long patrol. Way down, back up, and all the way back down again. Okay, so we have to, that's, there I thought, oh, that's not going to be bad. Yeah, well, okay. And the afternoon patrol is, ooh, almost got the same one. Cactus Point to Petit Bois, 3 flights. Cactus Point, Petit Bois. Okay. So I can either fly along the lines, avoid Ypres, or I can fly over Ypres and come down. It's my choice. I'll probably come this way for the first 2 flights, and then the third one, when I come back, I'll go over Ypres to try to pick up, maybe I'll pick up something, or I'll fly over Ypres when we're all done with our patrol. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so a couple things I'm doing in the background that you're not going to see. And if I get it perfected where I'm liking what I've got, then I'll put it on Board Game Geek. One of the things that Thomas said that he'd like to see is I may put a little note out there where I did used AI to create the pilots' names and a little backstory about them and stuff. So I can show that what I used as my parameter stuff is pretty simple. And then one of the things I know when I was practicing on my dogfights is that you have to keep track of these hits and misses and stuff. And in the rule book, he talks about rolling for each pilot separately, and knowing what they do. So I needed a dogfight record, so I can put on, once I reveal traits and vices, I can put in, and I had for this today's mission. So this is only for today because it may change. The IDs will, and the pilots and all that will get redistributed. But I created a little spreadsheet, but I have attack dice and defense dice, and then any damage that we get for the 3 dogfights that you can have during a patrol. So here I have the dawn patrol. So they've already flown, so I don't have anything there, but I'm going to have my noon patrol and my afternoon patrol. This does have the squadron commander going, but he's not the flight leader. Quinn is still the flight leader, so I do not get the bonus dice here. But I'm going to add my dice here, and then I can modify it. So this is total number of dice I'll have, and this is the rolls. So when we add them up and roll, I actually have zeros here because I have a formula. So if you're doing it on your computer, it'll automatically add it up for you. This is so we can do it. So we'll see how this goes. If I get to a dogfight today, hopefully we'll get into some action because I need some victory points. That's why we're flying the game, right? So we're going to take our, we've got our 2 patrols set now. We come back up. We're not beginning of the day, so we go back to takeoff. And we are flying black flight on the noon patrol. Black flight will consist of QYFA. QYFA. So let me find them. There's Y and Q. Here's F and A. These are the aircraft that we're flying. And because I'm the squadron commander, I have to borrow a plane. I don't get my own. So we're taking D is our aircraft identifier that will be going up onto this flight. Now I'm nervous about takeoffs because you guys saw my first video. I actually have a pilot crash and die. And that's like, of course, it was a miraculous roll. I had to roll snake eyes with 2 die, and then I had to roll an honest to God 20 on a 20-sided die, and I did it. And so it took care of that. All right, I need to make a couple notations, and then we'll get ready. We'll get started here. Okay, I think we're ready. I am going to use the, we have our, over here, we do have our operations track. So I am on takeoff, patrol start. So here we go again. And I am going to be using the playthrough guide towards the end of the book, just to help me kind of get back in sync again, make sure I'm not missing too much. And let's see how we can do on this one. We have clear weather still. It's a big distance here. We may avoid that heavy rain altogether today, I hope. This is our noon patrol. We have 0 dogfight so far. We are on turn 1, and we are at 0 altitude as we are going to take off. So our takeoff is 2d6. So we'll roll a couple of these and hope for the best. And we get 7. And 7 is successful takeoff, 5+. Everybody's up in the air today. All right, none of that crazy engine problems that killed Ellis. All right, here we go. So the next step is after takeoff. So this is when you place your squadron marker on the aerodrome that we're now above. We've got everything. I do need to shuffle the turn deck because we haven't played. And I'm going to show you one other thing. There is on table S, just because I am building a squadron record book, and I'll probably show you what I've got after either this flight or the afternoon patrol. But I am going to check my time for takeoff. And on table S, this has no bearing on the game at all, other than for the realism for you. There's a dawn patrol time ranges depending on the week, but then the noon, the afternoon, the evening are all at the same time. So the noon ranges from 10 to 13:59. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this turn duration and I'm going to multiply that by 5. So whatever that number is by 5 minutes, it tells us how late after 10 o'clock we're taking off. Reshuffle. Okay, I'm still going to pull this before I reshuffle. 3. So 15 minutes later, so we are going to take off at 10:15 a.m. Okay, I'm gonna put that in here real quick in my sheet. All right, and we're all set. Okay, and I'm shuffling, and here we go. So we have this, my patrol. This patrol is from the Cambrai Trench, no man's land, all the way to Oxford Circus. And I have to make 2 circuits. So just to show you again, Cambrai Trench to Oxford Circus, 2 flights each direction. Okay. So we're all set there. My flight's in the air. So I'll just keep these off to the side right now as we wait to see what happens. And we go to turn 2. So takeoff is successful. And now we go turn duration. And so again, I'm just going to follow along in the book just to make sure that I'm doing everything that I wanted to do. We draw our turn duration card. Here we go. So for this turn, it is 8. All right. So we have 8 minutes. So I like that one because I can climb a lot without having to travel a whole lot of distance. So I'm going to be able to get up to 8,000 feet on this turn. We're going to move. We're going to climb here. We're going to do 2 circuits right here. So that's going to raise me to 2,000 because this counts as 1,000 on the first one, 2,000. I'm going to move. That's 3. And I can climb while I'm moving. So I'm at 3,000. I'm going to do 2 more circuits here, 4,000, 5,000. I'm going to move and climb. We'll move over Poppering Aerodrome. That's at 6,000 feet. And I have to roll here. I still have 2 moves left to go. And I'm going to roll here for to see if we get any air contact from the Allies. So I'm getting to my table. Allied contact. Allied encounter table. We're over an Allied aerodrome. So we roll 3d6 and we add them up. And we get 10, 11. So we have an 11 and 11. Less than 11 is no contact. Okay. So we're going to move up to La Louvre Aerodrome. We're going to climb 1,000 feet. Puts us at 7,000. And we're going to roll for another contact. This one is 8 and 5 is 13. 13 is still no contact. I'm over the Allied Aerodrome. We're going to move 1 more. And we're going to be over the Wippenhoek Wood, and we're going to be at 8,000 feet, so we're there. Okay. And we got to roll for contact here. And this one will be for both. This is for the Allied, 10 and 12. I could have rolled them all at the same time. I should have. But we're over Allied territory. So that is nothing. I need to bring the camera up a little bit so you can see, hopefully a little bit. 12 is nothing. Now we're going to roll for the German contact to see if anything shows up while we're moving. And they get 9. And 1 is 10. And a 10 for the Germans, here we go, is 10 plus over Allied territory, nothing. Okay. We're at 8,000 feet. There is no, okay, so turn duration, no weather progression, no prevailing winds, area movement, that's what I just did. No Archie ground fire. All right. There is no Allied rendezvous, place and roll encounters. There were none of those. Okay, so I'm going to slide this over a little bit. No encounters. So we go to the next turn. Goes to turn 3. All right. Now I want to get altitude before I get over here. 8,000 feet. I am at level 4, but that's not where I want to be. Okay. So now we're going to do some circling. We'll see what this is. So we do turn duration. Our turn duration is 6. That's good. That's going to give us some altitude. Okay. There is no weather progression because we have to get to 10 to get that. We don't have prevailing winds. So now we do area movement. I'm not going to move. I'm just going to climb. I'm going to make 6 climbs. Now, this one, Thomas clarified for me. Told me don't overthink it. We're still at 8,000 feet, so we still get to use the full 1,000. So we move. Now we're at 9,000. That's 1. Now we're going to climb at 750 at a time. Okay, so here we go. 750. I've already used 1. The second one puts me at 750. That's 2. I was at 9,000. I'm at 750. 9,750. Now we're going to climb 750. So 750 becomes 500. Just flip that over and it became 500. That was number 3. Now I'm at 10,500. Now we're going to climb 750, which goes to the 250 at 11,000. That's 4. We're going to climb 750, which will put us at, that's number 5. We're at 12,000, and now we're going to climb 750, which is 12,750. There we go. It's our 6th turn, and we have to, there is no Allied rendezvous, so now we're going to roll and place for encounters. So we're going to look to see if we have any German encounters here. I guess there could be all of them. Could be Allied encounters too. So for the Allies, we roll 12. And for the Germans, we rolled 14. Okay. Allied 12. Over Allied territory, nothing. For the Germans, over Allied territory, 14, nothing. Okay. So that finishes that. We move the turn marker to turn 4. And now we do turn duration. Here we go. Turn duration is a 5. So we can do 5 more climbs. Now, I'm at 12,000, which is level 7. Now I'm starting to get up there where I want to be. Okay, so we're going to climb 5 more. I'm going to circle. I'm going to stay right here and climb again. I really want to be up around the level 10 if I can. That level 9 to level 10. That's where I want to be. I don't have to be super high, but I want to be pretty high. Yeah, I'd like to be up around level 9, I think. This is what our target. Okay, so we have 5 to go. So here we go. The first one, 750 gets us to 250. Nope, 750 gets us to 500. That's 1. Now we climb to 250. That's 2. Now we climb. That's 3. We're at 15,000. Number 4 gets us to 750. And number 5 gets us to 500. I'm starting to figure out how it's the movement of this counter that does the math for you. Okay. All right. So now we're there at 16,500 feet. Now the next turn, we're going to be ready to go. Got to roll for, there was no progression, there's our movement, no ground fire, no rendezvous. So here comes the encounters. Okay. So we roll again. The Americans get, or the Canadians get 7, and the Germans get 14 again. So we know for the Germans over Allied territory, that's nothing. And 7 for the Canadians is nothing. Okay. So we go to turn 5. And we go back to turn duration. So we're going to pull our turn duration. This one's a 4. Okay. Excuse me. But now I'm getting up where I want to be, so we're going to start moving this turn. Because we had a long patrol, and we're going to have to start moving pretty soon. So I think we're ready to start moving here. Okay, so the first one, we're going to move over Elverding right here, and we're going to climb the 750, which puts us at 17,250, and now we go down to 500 for our climbs. Okay, that was one. We're going to circle one time. That's going to put us at 17,750. Now we're going to move this time. This is 3. We're over no man's land. We're going to climb. 500 puts us at 18,250. And we're going to make our final move, which is the beginning of our patrol, Cambrai Trench. And we're going to be at 19,750. Okay, that's the altitude we're going to cruise at. We're up here at level 10. I want to be up high where they can't hit me real fast. You know, I want altitude. That's what I'm going for. Now, I may learn that this is too much altitude, but we'll see. I haven't learned it yet. All right, now we have to roll. We are over the no man's land, so this can have a different effect. Here we go. Now roll them up. Let's see. Here's the Germans have 15, and the Canadians rolled 8 and 5 is 13. So for the over no man's land, this is the Allies. 13 over no man's land is none. So almost got scouts. And for the Germans, over no man's land, 13 is none. Okay. So nothing happened there. Now is when I would like to have these big numbers so I can zip along here and get down here as fast as I can. So we're starting our first patrol. I'm going to put this as a 1. It'll stay there till I get all the way down and back, and then it'll flip to 2 when I go all the way down and back again. Okay. So we're back to turn duration. We move this to turn 6. And I'm going to try to angle this up a little more so you can see. So you won't see the altitude now, but I'm not going to change it any. I'm staying where I'm at. Okay, turn duration. 3. I guess I was supposed to draw for special orders no matter what on takeoff. In afternoon patrol, I could have drawn. So I got to remember that. The first card I drew didn't have anything on anyway, so no effect. But I do have to do that. It looks like I have to do that for every takeoff. Okay, so we will remember that. All right. I got 3, so we're going to move 3. It's going to move 1, 2, 3. We're staying over no man's land. We're at Petit Bois, and now we roll for contact. Now we don't. We do weather progression. We're not there yet. No prevailing winds. We just did movement. There's no Archie ground farm too high. No Allied rendezvous. So now we do our encounters. Okay. I got to remember to follow that better. Here we go. The Allies get 10, and the Germans get 13. Okay, the Allies with a 10 over no man's land is nothing, and the Germans with a 13 is nothing. Okay, so no encounters. We go back to turn duration. We move this up to turn number 7. So the turn's moving, and our turn duration becomes, oh, only one. Slow patrol. Messines. So we move there. Oops, before I do that, no weather progression, no prevailing winds, area movement. We're going to move to Messines, and we got to roll for encounters. Now somewhere around this along their line, we're bound to run into something here. 9 for the Allies, 5 for the Germans. The Allies roll 9, nothing. The Germans rolled 5 over no man's land. A 5 is scouts and recon. Okay, when it says this, that means there's 2 different encounters, one for the scouts and one for the encounters. All right, so I'm going to pause and I'm going to find all my directions here to set this up, and then we'll get going. So we're going to see our first encounter action for the day, which is going to start with initiative once I know who it is. Okay, so we go to table B3, encounter altitude ranges. So we have German scouts, German recon. So we're going to roll. Set these aside. This is for the German scouts. Their altitude is a 5, and a 5 is they are at high altitude. Okay, so we have German scouts. We don't know what they are yet, but they have a marker. So this is B, A, so scouts A, high altitude. So we know that they're at high altitude. And now we're going to roll for the recon aircraft. And they get a 3. And a 3 for the recon aircraft is medium altitude. Okay, so we take the recon. He is recon A. And the M indicates medium. Okay, now we have to place them. We don't know if they're together or apart. So this is how we do this now. So to determine where they're at, we look at where they're connected to the location that I'm in. There's bars all the way around. Okay. And I don't believe, let's see. Yep. Okay, so we're going to roll a d6 for the scouts, and they're going to, petit bois will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If I roll a 6, I have to re-roll. This is for the scouts. Their location is a 2. Okay, so scouts are over Van Hove Farm. Now we're going to roll for the recon, and they are over 3. So 1, 2, 3, Warrenton. Okay, so that's where the scouts are at. Okay, so we have, or I mean the recon. The recon's who I'd really like to shoot down, but I may have to take the scouts. Depends on who's there too, because we haven't identified them yet and what type of aircraft they have. All right. So now we've made, placed it. So now we have to do roll for initiative. So we have to, this applies for everybody. So we're going to have to do a initiative roll. Let's see, I got to find that now. If the initiative goes to the Germans, will spot us first, simply withdraw. However, the German scouts will engage us. Yep, okay. However, if we have initiative, okay. However, we will have the first chance. Okay. This is why it's best to pay special attention to how we schedule pilots. Roll D6 for initiative on table S1. All right. So S1 should be Back here. Yep. Okay. So S1. D6. Germans have initiative. 4 to 7. Allies have initiative. Sun angle die roll modifiers not counted if current weather is thunderstorms, heavy rain. Nope. Dawn patrol sun angle. This is not the dawn patrol, and this is not the evening patrol. So we don't have those modifiers. All right. So we're going to have this 0 to 3 Germans, 4 to 7, and it's a D6. So it's really a split. So here we go. We're going to roll the red die, see what it is. It is a 2. 0 to 3. The Germans have the initiative. Okay. So that's going to help their recon flight because it's going to skedaddle. Pretty sure. The Germans get the initiative. Initiative goes to the Germans. Will spot us first and simply withdraw. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they are just going to withdraw, but I'm going to verify that. Okay, so we're going to work through this. We rolled for initiative. We don't have any allied counters. Engage or withdraw. I don't have initiative. So we know that the recon squadron is going to withdraw. So they're going to pull off. So we won't get to them. They saw us first. So they get off the map. Now, I'm sure if I did that wrong, you guys will let me know. But that's what we're going with. Okay, these scouts, though, are not going to withdraw. So now we place weather bands. We don't have any in this one. Then we have select and place formations. Okay, so this is for the German scouts. We roll, it's a D36. So I don't have an actual, I have a 4-sided die. As long as I don't roll a 4, it'll give me the 1, 2, 3. Or the other way you do it is we take a blue die and one of these red dies because they're really different. The blue die will be my 1 digit. And this 6 die, just divide it by 2, whatever you get, forms the tens digit. Okay, so a 1 is 1. So 16 is the number. So for the Germans, 16 are 4 Albatross D2s and 2 Albatross D3s. Sorry, 4 Albatross D2s, 2 Halberstadt D3s. Okay, so you have to get out all of these aircraft, and I don't have either one of those 2 ready from my previous ones, so now I'll get all those aircraft ready and then we'll show you the next step. Okay, we're going to move the camera, get over here now so you can see what's going on. All right, first I place my flight. My flight consisted of, get this junk out of the way. Q, Y, F, and A. Y, Q, F, A, and red 3. Red 3. So I have red 3, and then the black flight uses the letters, and the flight leader is Q. He's on top, and we don't know which facing we're doing yet, but we'll be on the left side, and we are at altitude level 10 because we were at 19,750 feet. So this is where we're at. Okay. We know we have the Albatross and the Halberstadt here, and we're going to have to roll for, we got a couple rolls we have to make. One is which planes they are, and then the second one will be their altitude, which I'm going to have to find that table. But we need, at 16, we needed 4 Albatross D2s. That's these guys. So we throw them in a cup. And we mix them up. We're going to draw 4 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's only 5 of them, so the other one doesn't get on the board. Okay. A 1d6, a 1d6, a 1d6, and a 1d6. Okay, so they're all low skill level. Now the Halberstadts, there is the black Halberstadt in there. I have to draw 2 of these. Here's the first one is, 1d6. And, oh, wouldn't you know it, I would draw him. He has 4d6. So he's the black ace. Shoot, I was hoping not to have to fight him, but such is the nature of war. Okay. Now, I have to get their altitude. Let's see, select airplanes. Did that. Facing for side without the initiative. We know these guys are all going to be facing this direction. I just don't know what their altitude is yet. Okay. Let's see. So I have to do facing. The side that does not have initiative rolls on table A4. Okay. So we had A13. A4. So right here, A4. Facing. We roll 1 to 3 or 4 to 6. Right, here we go. And we get a 6. And a 6 is right facing. Well, good. I'm facing them anyway. So they're not going to come in on my tail. All right. Well, that's good. They have initiative. Now we got to find out altitude. Table A15. This is table A15. Scouts. German formations. So we have the Halberstadt D3 and we have the Albatross D2. D4 plus 3, they're at high altitude. D2 plus 7. So they do a D2 plus 7. A D2. So this would be 1 to 3 is 1, 4 to 6 is 2. Altitude levels 8 to 12. 8 to 12. They can't go that high. D2, D3, a D2 plus 7. Okay. That's a 2. So they are at, that's a 1 plus 7 is 8. They're at altitude level 8. So there's the formation. Okay. Being they're the same, that's the one we use. If they were different, we would have had to roll on the lowest performing. Okay. Now, So we have the dogfight board is now set up. Nobody's going to withdraw from the dogfight. Positioning, determination, we did that. Engaging in the dogfight. Movement and climb. Tac 6. All right. So the Germans, I got to check out their performance. I think they are on this table here. Yeah. So we're at the 14,000, so we're at medium level for them. So the Albatros D2 is an M, which is 500. The Halberstadt is also a 500 at this rate. Okay. So they can climb 500 feet, or, sorry, they can climb 2 levels. They can dive 3 and dive 4. He can only climb 1 level. So this Albatros, they can't get to me, but the Halberstadt can. Ah, okay. So movement, climb, and dive. Okay, so these guys move up, but they can't get to me, but these guys do. And so we show these two Halberstadts attacking my formation. Now, there is a table. Withdraw from dogfight. They wouldn't do that. They're going to enter the dogfight. Okay. Climb. We did that. Gauging the enemy formations. We moved. Likewise, an AI controlled, not engaged unless it has very significant. Right. All right. So, check something. Oh, I just saw something. His altitude, their max altitude is 9. They can't get to me. So for the first round of the dogfight, they climbed up one, but they can't get to me. That's why I went to that high altitude. Okay, so those guys are still down there. All right. So they moved. There's no jams. There's no attacks. I don't think they would break off, but I guess we should check that to make sure. There's no collisions or anything yet. Breaking off. Engaged in a dogfight. Formation attempts to break off on a roll. Table S4. Formation dogfight attempt to break off. All are automatically successful and the dogfight ends. Players not AI controlled. C section A4 solitaire AI. A4 facing. Oh, it's just a. And I think it has to be a major difference in the die rolls. And we haven't even conducted that yet. Okay. Dogfight scatters. There's no altitude loss. There's no OC. Dogfight ends. No. Which brings us back to positioning determination. The turn marker moves. And we go to, we're still in the dogfight here. Okay. All right. In solitaire gameplay, the enemy scout formation will only attempt to break off if the sum of the number of attack dice of the pilots in their formation is less than or equal to 1/4 of the sum of my guys. My guys are at 11, 15, 16, 19, and they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so they're a little less than half, so they're not going to break off. Okay, so we move the turn marker, and I get to move because I have altitude. We're going to dive down one level and attack these guys. It's all one formation, so we're just making the attack on the whole thing, and we'll see what happens here. We've dived. Now we check for gun jams. Okay. Gun jams are on table S. S8. 2 random airplanes in the formation. So for that, let's see. We're at level 9. At level 8 to 9, -2 die roll modifier, of course. Okay, this is for the allies. 8 -2 is 6, so a 6. No gun jams. For the Germans, 10. No gun jams. Okay, so nobody's guns are going to jam. All right, we check that. Now we conduct our attacks. Okay, here we go. Now it's going to get interesting. Now, I've seen this played a couple different ways for these dogfights. One guy that I watched, he just added up everything and rolled all those dice, and he picked out his attacks and his defenses. But in the rule book, Thomas states that we should roll for each aircraft separately. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but I'm going to do it that way just to see if it makes a difference or not. I don't know that it will. We'll try it that way. That's why I have this board here. Now we're in the dogfight. We get to reveal, let's see, what point do we reveal those cards, their trait and their vices, before or after the dogfight starts? So let me check. Okay, so trait cards. We reveal them as we go into this dogfight. My squadron commander already had his Slippery Jack. Brilliant at dodging enemy gunfire in dogfights. Apply a -3 damage die roll modifier to all enemy die rolls on the damage table whenever hits are scored against his airplane. Applies in every dogfight unless exhausted from the previous day's patrols. Okay. Got my black flight here, so we get to reveal. So let's see if I can set this here without trashing it too bad. And we'll start with Quinn. He has 2 trait cards. Whoops. All right. He has yeah, no for sure. After dogfight round 1 and for the remainder of the dogfight, he always rolls exactly 3 attack dice. Despite the circumstances and regardless of how many attack dice he has due to his skill, including if advantaged or disadvantaged diving or climbing. So he should have 6 after the round 1. Okay. Descends like an avenging angel upon the enemy. Chinook Charlie. When he makes a diving attack in addition to the standard +1 attack die bonus, he gets his own added +3 attack dice bonus, which applies to any diving attack conducted in any dogfight round. So normally, if I do this right, this is where it gets a little tricky, because does one override the other? No, I think it changes things. So he goes from 6 attack dice to 3 for this after dogfight round 1. Descends like an avenging angel when he makes a diving attack. In addition to the standard +1, he gets his own added +3 attack dice bonus. So he's got 4, but his 3 gives him 7 instead of 9. Okay. That's a little tricky, but we do it this first time. There. All right. And I got to keep these guys marked on this side now because I'm flipping them over. This is Q and Q. And here comes Young, Y. We'll mark his right here, just so I don't lose track of it. Winter Peg's Wonder. During Dogfight round 1 only. If the opposing side has initiative and attacks his formation from below, he maneuvers to turn and disrupt the enemy's attack against this formation. So actually this is round 2 because in round 1 the enemy moved but they couldn't get to me. So I got to remember that too on this previous after dogfight round. Yeah, so he's going to be different. Okay. We have Forsyth, who has a vice card. Top cover Charlie. Whenever his formation has initiative and dives to attack, he will instead remain at the same altitude level for the current dogfight round and for an additional D3 dogfight rounds, even if alone at that altitude level. If alone in the dogfight, he will attempt to break off when his formation has initiative. So he's going to stay above. Okay, this is Forsyth, so that's going to change what he just did. And we have Arthur Allard. Narcissus Nicky. He claims all victories by the formation in dogfights he flies as his own. He argues relentlessly until they are formally reassigned to him, which always happens. He never rolls more than 2 attack dice in dogfights. This card is permanent and cannot be removed. Well, that's nice. So this is on him. Okay, we don't know what George Hill has yet. So that's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to put this board over here out of my way. I got Slippery Jack. I can leave these cards out here if I want to. Maybe I will, just to keep them handy. See, I can put my board over here because I'm going to pick it up after this dogfight. I got Slippery Jack. Okay, here we go. So, Forsyth, playing F, he stayed up at altitude level 10. So he's not going to get shot at. All right, so we're going to roll for each pilot here because of all this traits. I see why we would do this. Where the Germans, it wouldn't matter, but other than the hit numbers being different would. So here's where we're going to go. We're going to do Quinn. He's coming. They're diving down, so they get a +1 attack die bonus. He gets a +3. This spins. In addition to the standard, he gets his own added +3. So he's got +4. We're in round 2, so that means he rolls exactly 3 attack dice. So he gets 7. So he's going to roll. He's modified to 7 on this roll. I'll probably take that off of there in a minute. And then the thing with F is the current dogfight round and for an additional D3 dogfight round. So D3, 6, of course. So that makes it 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So for 3 rounds, he's going to stay up here before he decides to come down and help. So that's Forsyth. Top cover Charlie. Nice. All right. So he got Quinn is rolling 7 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. He needs 5 or 6 to hit, 1 to 3 for defense. Oh, well, he got 2 5s, and then check this out. 2, 2, and a 1. So he got 2. Put this on my board right here so you can see. Not going to be the best view, but he scored 2 attacks and 5 defense. Okay. Next is Young. during dogfight round 1 only. He's not in that one. So, no modifier for him. His dice are 5. He's going to roll 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets, there's 1 defense and 2 hits. The other 2 were 4s, so they don't count. So he gets 2 attacks, 1 defense. That's good though. Keep defending. Forsyth isn't firing. Allard gets 1 die. Okay. He gets 1. That's a 3. So he gets a defense. So at least he keeps his. And then I get mine. And I have 3 attack dice. And mine are for defense. So I get 3. So here come my 3. And I get, oh, nice. 2 hits and 1 defense. All right. 2 and 1. So our actual total, there's 5, 6, 7, 8 defense. And 2, 4, 6 attacks. So I may see where I need to add to this, because this is like just one of the dog fights, and we'll have to re-roll it again. So I'm going to need multiples, I think, out here. Okay, that's okay. We'll see how this works. All right, the Germans are fighting back. So we're going to roll for the 2 Halberstadts first, because their hit numbers are different than the Albatross. So he's got 4 and 1 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for the Germans. So I'm going to have to keep their note somewhere. So I'm going to mark them over here. German. Just as a note to myself. Here we go. Oh, and I dropped 1 die. Let's get it. Roll it. Here we go. Okay, they got a 1, 3 and a 4, and a 4 and a 6. So they scored 1 hit and 1 defense. Okay, now come the Albatrosses. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, only 4 against me. Oh, they got 1 hit, but look at that. No defense. Okay, so 1 hit. So they have 2 hits, which we're going to defend. So they're going to get no hits. Out of my 6 hits, I'm only going to get 5. Okay, so I scored 5 hits. Now, we're going to have to do the hit tables. All right. So we're going to have to determine who scored the hits and who all right, so we distribute the hits among these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes. We don't know who got the hits, and we'll have to determine who's going to score the hits. Okay. Roll. To work out the results, we subtract their defense and all that stuff. Let's figure out whose successful attack got canceled out by their successful defend. So nobody's got canceled, but one of them could get reduced to just 1 hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. So mine got reduced to 1 hit. Okay. Now we figure out which one did he fire on. So we look at the aircraft damage tables. All right. Trust me, this will get faster as we get to playing more. So we go to this is damage tables versus scouts, and this is against those guys. So he's going to have 2 hits. So Quinn scores 2 hits. Okay. And they're going to go against one of these 6 planes. So we're going to, I'm just lay them out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we know who he's hitting. Okay. His hits went against, the triple ace, the black ace. 2 hits. Here we go. 18. That's got to be good. Serious cockpit hit. Out of control and pilot hit. Roll 1d6. Here we go. 1d6. Come on, baby. Killing. No. 18. Light wound. Okay. So the Halberstadt is out of control and takes a light wound. I got to change my battery here. Be right back. Okay, so that was 1 hit. He is, I'm starting to understand this better now. You get 1 hit per machine gun. So if you get hit by playing with twin machine guns, that's 2, or 2 hits makes 4. Yeah. Okay, so now we hit him the second time. So this was a longer burst. We got a 13. And the 13 is guns hit. Guns inoperative for the rest of the patrol. Okay, so he can't even fire back at us now. So I really hammered on that, on the Halberstadt. His guns are out. Okay. That took care of Quinn. He nailed his guy. Young scores 2 hits. We don't know which plane yet because they're all happening at the same time. So here we go. 1 to 6. 6. This is on this D2 number 6. Okay, so on D2 number 6, we're going to D2 number 6. All right? Yes. D2 number 6. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping track of what the hits are over here. Here he comes. His first hit is 12. Okay. 12 wing spar damage, -3 attack dice, and ignore all successful defends in subsequent rounds. All right. So he has wing spar. -3 attack dice, no defense. Okay, his second hit, he had 2 hits, is a 6. And a 6 is fuselage damage, -1 attack die. Okay. So fuselage, -1 attack die. So that's like -4. He can't even do anything now. He's all shot up. All right, we got one more. That's my pilot. Let's see, which plane did he hit? He hit, the same one. So he hit Albatross D6. D2 number 6. He flew in front of my guns. I hit him with a 9. A 9 is elevator damage, -1 attack die. Ignore all successful defense. So he's got elevator damage. Elevator damage, -1 attack die. Okay. So he's all shot up. They didn't make any successful hits on us. So these guys are going to be here at number 6. And now we're going to be leveled out. He's going to be out of control. So we'll have to find out what's going to happen to him. And he's got a light wound. But I still got more of these albatrosses up here to try to tangle with. Okay, breaking off. So, breaking off, dogfight scatters, altitude, OOC recovery. Okay, so that's where we'll start going through that. So I'll move this out of the way and put it over here for now. All formations are gauged. All right, so the first thing is breaking off. Table S4. So let's see what it says. S4. Breaking off. Roll separately for each formation attempting to break off. +1 die roll modifier for scout formation is attempting to break off. +2 with initiative in dogfight round 1. Note, die roll modifiers are okay, and there's an AI thing somewhere that I gotta find too to help me know whether they're supposed to break off or not. I need to find that. Okay, so I did the math of what's remaining, and I have 11 attacking. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not a quarter yet. So even though this albatross here can't fight, he would attempt to break off, I do believe, because he's by himself there. He can't do anything. He's all shot up already. So I would say he's going to attempt to break off. And the black ace is out of control right now. He will attempt to afterwards, and he suffered a light wound. So we go to breaking off right here, text step 9, and text step 9, breaking off. We look at supplemental tables. Oh, breaking off is on. I thought it was on S. Dawn, initiative, breaking off. It is S4. Okay, S4. Roll separately for me. So we know he's going to attempt to break off, but he's got to recover first. This guy's okay. This guy would try to break off because he can't, he's all shot up. He doesn't have any way to attack. You roll 1d6. He is a scout formation, is -2 or +2 if with initiative in dogfight round 1. I think he attempts to break off, and a 1. He can't break off. He sticks with them, so they stay. The rest of the formation stays. Okay. All right. Dogfight scatters. +1 if one side is all observation. No. Here we are. This is on S5. +2 if both sides are all. No. No roll in dogfight round 1 or 2. No DRM in dogfight round 3 to 4. So I need to keep track of my dogfight round. I guess I'll do that up here. That was round 2 that we just finished. Okay, so they would not scatter yet. no roll in round 1 or 2, no modifiers in round 3 or 4. Then it starts to scatter. Okay, so we have no scatter. Altitude level loss. Everybody that was involved drops a level. So here we go. The dogfight's swirling. So down we go. OOC recovery. Here we go. We got to find this one now. Out of control recovery. Let me find what we got to do here for out of control. Okay, I gotta find out of control. So go to the index here. Out of control. OOC recovery, page 30. Okay, so out of control. Each airplane that's out of control must roll on table A6. There we go. That's what I needed. A6. Flip this over. No recovery. He stays at recovers at current level. If he has 5+ victories +1. And I think he's considered because he's an ace. So we know he has more than 5 victories. So he's going to roll a D6. He gets a +1. Got a 3. That makes it a 4. Recovered. Okay, so he recovered. He can't fire. And he would have rolled to break off when he recovered. Because that was part of the... that was part of... I should have rolled for him to know that. So let's check him. He would have rolled to break off. He gets a D6 roll. And it's a 6. And he does. He breaks off. So he got out of there. So he comes off the board. So we'll set him off here. Okay. So now we're going into dogfight round 3. The turn marker moves to 9. We're burning fuel here. And this goes down to 2. As he's getting closer to want to join the dogfight, maybe. As an F, he is if alone in the dogfight. No, he's not. Okay. Okay, we're back to doing the dogfight again. All right. Yeah, I can see where I have to modify this because you have all these rounds. I need to know how many rounds I'm in. There could be several rounds in this. So yeah, so I can see I got to modify that sheet now to change what we're doing there. Okay, well that's helpful. That's why we do it, right? We experiment, we play, we find out what we're going to do. So now I'm attacking. I'm going to have each one of these guys. Now Quinn, he's only going to have, because he's a yeah, no, for sure trait. He rolls exactly 3 attack dice. So he only has 3 attack dice now. Okay. So I'm going to modify this sheet by erasing what they did last time. As Quinn drops to 3 attack dice. Okay. Set this down here where I can write on it. So Quinn's got 3 attack dice. Let's see what he does this round. He gets 11. He gets a 6, a 5, and a 3. So he scores 2 hits, 1 defense. All right, Young still gets 5 attack dice. Checking just to make sure. round one was the only time that he didn't have anything. So here he goes. He gets 2 hits, 2 defense, and nothing. So he gets a 2 and a 2. All right. Forsyth, he has nothing because he's up in there making sure nobody jumps us from above. Now we have Allard. He gets a 3. He gets a defense force. That helps. And then we have Brown. I have 3 attack dice. I got 1 hit. No, I didn't. I got 3 defense. So we're just going to make sure they don't hit us. Okay. The Germans have 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy, he can't hit anybody, but he can do defense. So we're going to roll him separate. He gets 1d6. Let's see if he gets a defense. He does not. Okay, these guys have 1, 2, 3. Oh, got to roll the Halberstadt because he's got a different hit number. Here he goes. It's a 4. He gets nothing. We got 3 D2s over here. They got 3 1s. So they got 3 defense this time. So they have 3 defense. So off my attacks, I had 4. So only one of them is going to hit. So it's going to be Quinn or Young. So we'll 1, 2, 3 is Quinn. Nope, Young gets the hit. So Quinn's goes to 0. Young gets 1. Okay. So he gets 1 hit on any of these planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5. He hits number 6 again. Wow. Same guy. 12. Wing spar damage again. Oh, and he would have ignored any defense that he would have had anyway. So he hits another wing spar. That's times 2 now. I marked that in pen. Okay. It's really not much happened there. Turn for number of areas, move per turn when diving, max break, move 1 extra area. Okay. Other formations join, dogfight ends. Well, we're still all gathered up here. So I still have 3 and 5, 8, 9, 12. His firepower is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 30%. Yeah, 33%. So they're not going to break off. So we're going to do another round. Okay. Okay. A couple things I did wrong, but it's not the end of the world. 1, I should have checked for gun jams again. Didn't do that. The position was fine. Now we have to do dogfight scatters. So again, we roll. Now this was round 3, so no die roll modifier. We roll a d6. If it's a 1, it's going to scatter. Nope, it's a 4. Okay. Altitude level loss, so we dropping down like that. Okay. There's no OC to do. No other formation. Dogfight does not end. So we go back to positioning. He goes to position 1 now. And this becomes round 4. All All right. And I was trying to find for turns, because I'm wondering if I'm supposed to be advancing this every turn. Let's see if I can find that here in the index. Turns, turn tracker, turn duration, 39. Let's see what that says. 39, 38, page 39. Turn duration, phase 1, start. So that's the duration time. Okay, so that's not what I was looking for. So I think maybe I'm not supposed to be advancing that turn marker. Turn tracker, page 8. Let's just take another quick look, just see if it says anything different. This is probably something. Let's see. Turn tracker. Sets are used for the altitude level when transition from dogfight map to pres. This end of a dogfight, the altitude marker is shifted. Example, the marker would be shifted. Yeah, I think this doesn't change because we're not talking a lot of time here. I was on turn 8. I believe it stays here. Then when we come off of this, the turn will move. Okay, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go back to that. Okay, here we go. We're going for another round. Next round, he can come down and help us out, maybe. If we don't get, he can still reach it, and he can dive in. So he would get a +1 on his attack bonus too. Okay. So here we go. Quinn's going to roll. He gets 3 dice. He gets, oh, nice. 1 defense, 2 hits. 2, 1. Okay. Young gets 5 dice. Come on, Young. Do some damage. Well, not bad. He got 3 defense, 2 hits. He goes 2, 3. Forsyth still not doing anything. My buddy Allard, he gets 1 die. He scores a defense, so he's going to help defend us. And now I come. 3 dice. I get 2 defense, 1 hit. 1, 2. Okay. See what that does for us. Now, my friends, the Germans, the Halberstadt, he rolls. He doesn't do anything. He can't defend and he can't attack. Okay, the Halberstadt, it's 1d6. Oh, he got a 6, so he scored a hit. Oh, which won't matter because I can defend that. Then they have 3 over here. For the other 3, they scored 1 hit, no defense. So they ended up with 2 hits. My defense cancels that. And he had no defense. All right. So we're going to score all our hits. 2, 2, and 1. All right. So now we got to determine who they're going to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is for Quinn. Quinn, that was a 6. He gets a 4. That's this bottom one down here. This is number 10. D2, number 10. All right. He gets 2 hits on him. Here he goes. My hit table. The first one is number 1. Insignificant damage. Nothing happened. Okay. Second hit. It's a 12. Wing spar damage. -3 attack dice and no defense. Wing spar damage. -3. So he has no attack and no defense. That's another one that can't do anything. Okay. Now, Young, who's he going to hit? He hits plane number 2. That's this one. This is number 2. That's number 8. D2 number 8. D2 number 8. He scores 2 hits. His first hit is 12 wing spar damage, and his second hit is 18. Oh, 18's good. 18 serious cockpit hit. And we roll to see, did we kill him? Come on. 6 light wound. Okay. So he's out of control. That's this guy. He went out of control right there. Pilot hit. So he has wing spar. No, he had insignificant hits. Serious cockpit hit. He's out of control. Okay. Check right off where it conducts attacks. Okay. I didn't roll for jams again. Gun jams. We're at altitude 7. I have to get me another die out. Let's see. We have 2d6, and their altitude level is 7. So -1 for the Allies, no problems. For the Germans, it doesn't matter, no problems. Yeah, so no gun jams. Okay. Doing my attacks. All right. So we got 1 pilot left, and that is Brown. He gets 1 hit. 6, 2. So plane number 2 was the guy that's going out of control. He hits him also for a 6, and a 6 is fuselage damage. Okay. -1 attack die. So he's not going to be good even if he pulls out. Okay. Breaking off. They're down to 1, 2, they're down to 2, and that's more than, they're down to the 25% range now. So now they can attempt to break off. Okay. They get a +1 because they're a scout formation, and they were had the initiative +2. It's +3. We roll 1d6. That's a pretty good chance that they're going to break off. A 1 + 3 is a 4. All break off except 1 airplane selected at random. So one of these guys is going to stay. He can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's going to be 4. He didn't break off. Number 6. He can't fight, but he didn't break off. So these guys left. Leaves him up there. And I got a plane that's checks for dog fight scatters. This is level 4. Fight scatters. Let's see. No modifier. We roll, and we get a 4. Dogfight continues. Okay. Altitude level loss. Come down. And OOC recovery. Out of control. Where's he at? Here it is. Let's see. 1 to 3, no recovery. 6, he recovered. So this D2 recovered. So we end up with 2 fighters here against these guys. Plane number 8 took a cockpit hit, -1 attack die, so he has no attack die. He has a light wound. These guys are in trouble. Okay. That comes off of him. This becomes round 5. Determine positioning, okay, movement, climb or dive. Here he comes. 4 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. He dives in, plus these guys are there. Check for gun jams. We're at altitude level 6. And the gun jam is -1. 2d6 for the Allies. A 6 makes that a 5. No gun jam for the Germans. They don't have any guns to fire, I don't think. They would have had a gun jam. 2, both planes jammed, but they don't have any firepower anyway. They're so shot up. Okay. So here we go. And neither one of them, let's see. 6 can't do anything. 8 had the cockpit hit. Possible pilot hit, light wound. Okay. All right, here we go. Conduct attacks. F's going to have a +1. Quinn starts with 3 dice. Quinn gets a 6, a 4, and a 2. He gets 1 and 1. 1, 1. Now we have Young with 5 dice. He gets 3 defense, 1 hit. 3 defense, 1 hit. 1, 3. Forsyth comes in. He has 4 dice. He gains 1 for the attack. Gives him 5 dice for diving in. He gets 1, 2, 2 defense, 3 hits. Allard, he gets a 5. He got 1 hit this time. And I come in with 3 attack dice, and we get 1 hit, 1 defense. We know the Germans can't hit me. They're all got -1 attack dice, so here we go. I guess he could defend. I need to roll 1 time to see if he can defend. He did. So he knocks off 1 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see who loses a hit. 3. Forsyth goes down to 2 hits. Okay, here we go. So we start with Quinn. He's going to hit number 1. That's D2 number 8. He gets 1 hit. A 9. Elevator damage. He can't defend anything now. No defense. Okay, next up is Young. He gets 1 die. He gets a 3. That's the same one. He rolls. He gets a 5. Landing gear damage. Okay. Nothing that we're going to worry about. Then we get Forsyth. He hits number 6. He gets 2 hits. A 5 landing gear damage in the second hit. 2 landing gear shot away. Okay. Well, we have Allard. He's going to hit him. Plane number 1. He gets a 3. Fuel leak. Roll per dogfight round and or per turn. Okay, so he has a fuel leak now. That's on number 8. So he has to break off. And who am I firing at? Same plane. Number 6. Fuselage damage. Okay. They're going to try to break off. So they get a +3. Dang, he gets a 4. All break off except 1. Who's going to stay? He stays again. He breaks off. He gets away. Okay. This is round 5. Dogfight scatters. No modifier. 1d6. 5. It does not scatter. Okay. Altitude loss. We're getting down there. No OOC, no other formations. This makes round 6. Man, I think I could get this guy. All right, here we go. Back up here again. There's no movement. Check for gun jams. We're at altitude level 5 now. Gun jams. Altitude level 5. There's no modifier. 7. No problems for the Allies. No problem for the German. Okay. Conduct attacks. So here we go again. I don't know if he has any defense. This is number 6. Yeah, he can't defend either. He's a sitting duck. We just want to nail him now. Okay, so we're going to roll for Quinn. He has 3 attack dice. He can't attack and he can't defend. I scored 1 hit and 2 defense, but it doesn't matter about the defense. 1 hit. Young gets 5 dice. He scored 2 hits. Okay. 4 dice for Forsyth. He gets 1 hit. One dice for Allard. Oh, a 6. He got a hit. And Brown with 3. And 1 hit. Okay. Yeah, I sure would like to knock this guy down. I'll say. I guess I'm supposed to roll for his fuel leak. Do I do that? Because under damage. Let's see. D6 per dogfight round. So let's roll this. And if he gets a 1, nope, a 4. And a 4 means his engine keeps running. Okay. All right, here we go. Quinn gets 1 hit. And it is, sorry, get my stuff, a 4. And a 4 is stray bullets into the cockpit. And we roll a 1. He suffers a light wound and OOC. So he's out of control. This is aircraft 6. Light wound. Okay. Young hits him twice. He's going to go out of control. A 13. Guns hit. Okay. He's out of guns for sure. And his second hit is a 2. Landing gear. Okay. Forsyth hits him 1 time. Ah. Forsyth hits him once. Oh, a 20. He's a flamer. He just exploded. Got him. Finally. He's gone. He's a flamer. Flamer. Put him down. We took care of business. Okay. Wow. That was a lot of work. They don't break off. The dogfight doesn't scatter. We did lose altitude. OOC recovery. Dogfight ends. Yes. We're not at the mandatory end of patrol. We're not contour chasing. We're not landing. So we go back up to turn durations. We go to turn 9. And I come in here at altitude after a dogfight. And that altitude becomes something. Let's see. Damage. Okay, scatters. I gotta see, I think he comes in at the lowest level here, which is 6001. Okay, so I found here at the dogfight ends, we gotta make some adjustments. These guys will come off of there. Let's see, for the 1 area east for each 3 dogfight rounds. So we drifted 1, 2, which puts us over Q mines right there, and unless the current is wind, whereupon you adjust the formation markers 1 area east per 2 dogfight rounds. No, we didn't have wind. And on the time track, advance the time marker 1 per dogfight round. So we had 6 rounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have to roll for the weather. That's for sure. I'm still looking for the altitude that we come back in at. I know we were at level 4, which is 6,000 feet, and I know you come in at the bottom of that level. So 6,000 feet, altitude level 4 is actually 7,000 feet. Okay, so that's where we come in at, bottom of this, 7,000 on my sheet over here. So I'm at 7,000 feet. All right. Let me get some stuff cleared off the board. We actually had a successful dogfight. Man, it was tough. It's tough to shoot down a plane in World War I. You don't have all that firepower and cannons and all that good stuff that helps you. So we go back to turn duration again. We're at turn 14. Our turn duration is going to be 3. That's going to help us get this little marker's gone. Okay. So now we can move and climb. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to move. I want to get moving again, so we're going to move 1, 2, 3. We'll be over the brewery. We're going to climb 1,000, 2,000, and now 750. So I'm at 9,750. I'm going to take these back off the board. Okay. And I shouldn't have moved yet. Weather progression. We need to roll for the weather progression. So we roll 1d6. And this is a 1 to 3. Shift one way. We get a 3. Shift towards the forecast. The weather's still clear. Now we roll 2d6. And we get 7. And a 7 is... Sorry, I'm down here. We rolled, shifted over there. Now we roll a 7. It doesn't move. Okay, so there's a chance the weather could move quickly, but it did not. Okay, that's what we hoped for. No winds. I did my movement. Archie and ground fire. Now, I got to check that because am I at an altitude that they can fire at me now? Oh, I'm getting all this stuff's hitting me now all of a sudden. 42. That dogfight drove way down. Aircraft artillery. Airplanes flying low over the enemy's trenches. Yep, I'm there. Airplanes flew at high speed and most not firing in front of it so it flies. Few hits. Okay. Archie fire. When a formation flies over an area of either no man's land or the opposing side's trenches, if at altitude level 4 or below. No, I got up to altitude level 5. Okay. And don't have to worry about that. All right, we're past Archie. Okay, there's no allied rendezvous. Roll in place for encounters. Okay, we're back to the encounters again. Allied and German. Here we go. 3 and 3. So the Allies got 5 and the Germans got 6. And we are over no man's land. So the Allies with 5 is nothing. and the Germans with 6. Dang it. Scouts and artillery direction. So another encounter. Okay. We completed one dogfight. And we're going to have another encounter. This video is getting long. So I'm going to stop here because I'm about out of battery. And we're going to have to start with encounter. Scouts and artillery. Okay. So we'll have scouts and artillery coming up here. Okay. Let's call it there. Take a break. I'll pick it up right from here and we'll keep going. I've not even made one circuit yet and I'm already hitting dogfights again. So luckily none of my planes have been damaged. So we'll see how this goes. All right. We'll get this one out and I'll get to part 2. All right. Thanks. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And as always, leave me your comments. And please give me a thumbs up for the video. All right. I'll see you guys for part 2.